Okay, so Southampton played Manchester City at St Mary's today in the third FA Cup quarter-final of the weekend. It's finished 4-1 to City. I think that flatters them a little bit, although the last 20 minutes they took control of the game. But the first 60, 70 minutes, it was a very even contest. And at one point, Southampton had the majority of possession in the second half. So this wasn't all City being City, having 70, 75% possession for the entire game. That was far from the case. I think the penalty is the turning point of the momentum swing. Before that penalty is awarded, Southampton are actually on top, and Man City are looking a bit frustrated and are looking a little bit wobbly. The goals, though, I mean, Sterling's goal, and this is where I think his best position is down the middle. I think he's better as making those runs and not trying to link up too much, being that final link in the play. He had a shot early on, a good sighter, it was on target, and then he had another shot that was way off target, and then he gets his goal. Now, his goals to shot percentage, his goal ratio from shots taken and then shots on target is really, really low. It is improving, but that is a weakness in his attacking play. Another weakness in his attacking play is bringing other players into play and overthinking with the ball. So I think rather than having him on the left or the right, have him down the middle. And because Man City don't play with a centre forward, maybe they could convert Sterling into a sniper striker, because given the right space and opportunities and more confidence in his finishing, he can score a lot more goals. I honestly believe his best position is down the middle, at the point of a wedge, rather than in the wider areas where you can neutralise Sterling. He will get frustrated and he'll start missing the target. I honestly believe down the middle, best position, and he takes his goal very, very well. There's a slight deflection, but it would still be on target, which is the important thing. And there's a slight deflection for the goal, but it's well taken. It's good build-up play as well. And then, bear in mind, both sides have hit the post by this point as well. Southampton had a great early chance to go 1-0 up, and then City did as well. So both sides have hit the woodwork before Sterling's goal on 12 minutes. And then Southampton play themselves into the game. They stick to their high-energy press, their physical press in midfield. Obviously, Man City don't play with an out-and-out striker, centre-forward type position. So you can have that roving central defensive midfielder or sweeper role around the back four or back three, however you want to set up. And they did that very, very well. They had the press, I think, spot on. They ruffled City's feathers. They didn't allow them to settle. And so City couldn't dictate the possession as much. And Southampton could have a fair share of possession there themselves, and they look very competent on the ball. Now, they get their goal on the stroke of half-time with a Laporte own goal. Now, I don't know what he's doing with his body position. I don't know what the goalkeeper is doing either, to be honest. But if that was a centre-forward or a striker or an attacking midfielder finishing, that's a beautiful finish. It's in the wrong net. He gets his body position, his body angle all wrong. Rather than actually facing the ball, he's side onto it. And this is a weakness with Man City's defence. They get a little bit lazy in defence. They get a little bit lackadaisical in defence and a little bit, I'm going to say, arrogant as well. They always defend with a high line as well, which is something else I've noticed. Now, the own goal goes in, and then that's half-time. And I think that was a big moment as well. Beginning of the second half, Southampton are the better side. Man City are struggling to control the pace of the game and dictate how they want the game to go. And that continues up until the penalty where Gabriel Jesus is fouled. I believe it is a soft penalty. I don't believe there's a lot of contact there. He goes down very, very easily. VAR checks it concurrently with the referee's decision. It is given. Now, of course, it's a silly challenge to make in the modern game. We know players will hit the deck easily if they can. I felt it was soft, but that is a momentum swinger. Now, De Bruyne scores the penalty, but Fraser Forster gets an arm to it. Now, if Fraser Forster saves that, well, that's not given as a penalty, I honestly believe Man City would have struggled to win the game with how Southampton were playing. Well, that there, on 62 minutes, is where the pendulum swings. While Southampton are still playing the same way, still causing problems, still getting shots on target and creating opportunities around the Man City box, they're getting corners, they're getting a lot of joy out of disrupting Man City. Man City can't settle on the ball at this point. The substitutions come, and this is, I think, where the difference is the strength of bench. I honestly believe the strength of the bench, a much stronger bench than in earlier rounds in the FA Cup. Obviously, COVID's now no longer a major issue. It still is, but it's not as big a problem. Less injuries. And I think the depth of Man City's bench is the difference with Foden and Mahrez and their crucial finish and their brilliant finishes. I think the Foden goal is where the stuffing gets kicked out of Southampton, because up until that point they're still in the game. Man City haven't put the game to bed. Southampton are still creating problems, and it's that last 20 to 15 minutes where the game goes from Southampton in the favour of Man City. Foden's goal is ridiculous, but absolutely ridiculous how with where he is and the power and the accuracy. And Fraser Forster is like 6'10", and he's at full stretch. So to beat Fraser Forster at full stretch, you've either got to put a lot of pace or a lot of bend on the ball. Now each decides to go with the pace side of things, go with the laces, leather it nice and clean, as I say. The old put power through the half volley. That is a wonder strike that I think will be in one of the top 10 goals of the season. The Mahrez goal, it's the pass. It's the pass, Cancelo. That's what creates the goal. Now, does Mahrez give Fraser Forster the eyes? Fraser Forster doesn't even move, which I think is poor goalkeeping, personally. Doesn't even move. What surprises me is Mahrez is their top scorer this season. That's what surprises me. And I think losing Aguero has forced other players to raise their game and slightly play out of position, because when Mahrez was at Leicester, he was more creating for Jamie Vardy and at the top goal scorer. He wasn't the top goal scorer, he was the top creator. Now his role has changed at City, and this season I think he has kicked on. There has been some question marks over Mahrez and the production he gives for City. This season he's answered those questions. And Foden, I'm surprised he doesn't start more games, and those questions keep getting raised. Why is not Foden a regular start? Well, he is regularly in the starting squad, but he doesn't start every game. Are they trying to protect him a little bit? For whatever reason, career, fitness, can he be an all-round 90-minute player? As an impact player, there is no doubt that he has that. I am surprised Foden and Mahrez didn't start this game with the way they're playing this season and the goals and the chances they have created. However, they take the game away from City in the last 15, 20 minutes, and I think the penalty being given is the momentum swing that they needed, but they still weren't fully calm until Foden's goal. Southampton really gave Man City a challenge today. I think the scoreline's a little bit unfair on Southampton because they kept up with that energy until the final whistle. They did not stop trying in the 90 minutes. They kept going until the end, which is where a lot of teams give up when teams like City and Liverpool and to a certain extent Chelsea, when they get on top. And we saw it in the Palace game earlier as well, where Everton just gave up. When they went 2-0 down, they stopped playing and they were hopeless in the second half. Some teams give up playing when they're behind. This Southampton side don't, and that is a credit to Ralph Hasenhüttl, and that's a credit to the players they have as well and their fitness. But the depth of bench did for them today. I think Shea Adams was brought on too late. Maybe he should have come on at half time with his pace and his efforts this season and key goals he's got for them this season. But Man City, we'll have to see how Liverpool do, but Man City look very tasty now for the FA Cup. I am surprised they've only won it twice under the current ownership and only once under Guardiola. I am very surprised with not winning every final they've been in and not being as dominant in this competition as they have been in the League Cup and the Premier League. And you could say the same for the Champions League and before that the Europa League since the Sheikh Mansour takeover in 2007. They haven't nailed all the cup competitions yet and hadn't, with what the squad they have, the talent they have, and they haven't quite got that really big trophy. Now the FA Cup is a historical trophy. It means a lot to the players and the coaches. It's the oldest cup competition there is, but I am surprised Man City haven't won it more often with the squad and the players they have had and the players they currently have. So that is something I think they want to correct this season. I think they want to go for a treble this season, and I think they can do it. But again, Liverpool, I think, can do it as well. So, and Palace, I think, are the dark horses left in the semi-finals. They've been outstanding in their FA Cup run. They've scored some brilliant goals, and the way they put Everton to the sword, they don't do that 2 seasons ago. They don't do that last season. I think Palace are a dangerous opposition in the semi-finals for whoever wins out of Forest, Liverpool, and Chelsea as well. I think whoever gets through to the semi-final draw alongside City, Palace and Chelsea, Palace could be the dangerous dark horse left in the competition that may actually unseat one of the 3 bigger clubs. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, Nottingham Forest could pull off a shock today. They are at home at the county ground in Nottingham, at the City ground, sorry. County's not county, Nottingham Forest are at home against Liverpool at the City Ground in Nottingham. And so, yes, they have a very big opportunity to upset Liverpool. And Liverpool under Klopp and under, the FSG group haven't again had the success in the FA Cup, similar to Man City, with the money that's been spent on the squad they have as well. So that is a wrong that needs to be corrected by both Man City and Liverpool. But Chelsea are in there, they're cup specialist, and Palace, they're giving you a good go this season. So thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.